This lady is the founder of an international NGO that has impacted more than 1,300 girls in 8 countries across Africa.
My name is Teniade. I am founder of GYGI Charity Foundation, popularly known as GYGI Africa.
Can you tell us the story of how you birthed the vision or the idea for GYGI? Were you just sleeping one day and you just woke up and said, today I'm starting GYGI?
No, I did not just sleep and wake up one day. I used to think that, I am very young, I'm very small, and all of that. So I was like, okay, I'll start maybe when I'm 26, 27, I have my money. But that burden was in my heart. Starting GYGI was actually an instruction from God, but I didn't know how to start. But anyways, I started.
By the way, where do you see yourself and GYGI in the next 5 years?
My husband's house. 5 years is a lot. The rate at which I'm growing and the rate at which God is helping me, 5 years is a lot. I see myself sitting at the top in the policy making part and changing the world. For GYGI, in the next 5 years, should have been able to reach 500,000 girls. I remember somebody asked me, why is my mentor a male and I'm fighting for girls?
Something you wish you knew before you came into the university?
I should have learnt like a lot of skills before I entered university. University feels like a war, like a battlefield, and I came in with no sword, no knife, not even a hockey stick. So I just came in thinking, it's just Unilag.
What if the Unilag stands for lagging?
Actually, because they really wasted our time in this school. But before I came to this school, I used to believe that as a student, you should just focus on your academics. But when I came into this school and I saw a lot of people doing a lot of things, like amazing stuff, and they're still doing so well academically, like they're on first class. You can become whatever you want to become in this school. Somebody said, in that student already living life after school in school. Not me though. This is not my life after school.
What's your favorite spot on campus?
The library. Wait, it's not because of books. I sleep better in the library than anywhere else. Yes.
In the library?
Yes. I'm not crazy in Jesus' name, but I've done crazy stuff.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with KD. That's what we're calling it from now. And today we have a very interesting guest. This lady is the founder of an international NGO that has impacted more than 1,300 girls in 8 countries across Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Teniade, founder of GYGI. Hello, Teniade.
Hello, KD.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Can you just introduce yourself?
Oh, that's where. Okay, my name is Teniade. I am founder of GYGI Charity Foundation, popularly known as GYGI Africa. I'm a student of University of Lagos, currently studying cell biology and genetics. And I think at night, I'm a writer. So that's who I am.
Okay, so NGO founder by day, writer by night.
Yes.
Interesting. So what would you say is something fun about you or a random fact about you that most people don't know?
That most people don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I love cartoons. I watch them a lot.
That makes 2 of us. Not just any our cartoon show, but yeah.
I love cartoons.
Okay, so what's it like being the CEO of an international NGO, right? From the should I call it the slums of the University of Lagos?
Okay. It's fun. Yes, because work is fun. It's fun. It's taxing. Because yes, brain taxing, human power. Sometimes it's art.
I imagine
That's what part people don't know. That it's not easy, and it's also easy with the help of God. You I will always say.
That's interesting. So, can you tell us the story of how you birthed the vision or the idea for GYGI? How did it come about? Or were you just sleeping one day and you just woke up and say, "Today I'm starting GYGI"?
No, I did not just sleep and wake up one day. Okay, although there were a lot of problems in the world, like for girl child, like our voice being silenced in different ways. But then I used to think that, oh, I am very young, I'm very small, and all of that. So I was like, okay, I'll start maybe when I'm 26, 27, I have my money. But that burden was in my heart. But I just, when you have a burden and you're just like, oh, no, 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 I'm not doing this now. Unilag is first. But one day I was writing my goals for the year 2023. I remember that day what I was putting on and where I was sitting. And I was just writing the goals, how I want to make $1 million before the end of the year. But then, anytime I write my goals, I pray and I speak to God, like, God, just lead me beyond flesh, lead me.
Right.
Then I got that call, like, it was an instruction. Starting GYGI was actually an instruction from God, but I didn't know how to start. But, anyways, I started.
Started and now you've impacted over 1,300 players. I would say you've come a long way and you're doing pretty well for yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, so what has been the biggest and most unexpected challenge you've faced since you started GYGI?
Mm, I would say finances, yes, because when it comes to like other resources, like should I say I got them on a platter of gold? Because, like, when I mean resources, I mean human resources. Like, I'm privileged to be surrounded with beautiful people that I spoke about my goals with, and it was like, they were ready, like, oh, Tenny, let's do this together. But the finances, and that was why I didn't really do much in 2023. But in 2024, I just had to. I did this leap of faith. Let me start. The finances will come, but and it worked.
And the finances came.
Yes.
God went. Okay, that's really interesting. So how do you strike a balance between being a CEO, of an international NGO, being a student of the Department of Cell Biology and Genetics, which is my department, by the way, and I can tell you for a fact that it's super, super stressful being a student of that department, and also, on the side being a writer. How do you strike a balance between juggling all of these things together?
Number one thing I do is that I prioritize my tasks. Like when it's school time, I know that, oh, like especially exams time, I just know that, oh, this is for exam. I am not doing anything that is not related to my exam. Although that's a lie. That's a lie. But the thing is that I actually like prioritize my academics more,
Okay,
and I try to like you know plan my day every day, because every day affects your end goal. And I just dedicate the time to that. Okay, this is for Teniade as a writer, this is for Teniade academics, and this is for Teniade as a founder. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Some days Teniade is more of academics, some days Teniade is more of a founder, and some days she's more of a writer. So it happens that way.
that's interesting. I think I've been using the word CEO instead of founder. Okay, that's nice. So, where do you see yourself? This is a two-in-one question, by the way. Where do you see yourself and GYGI in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years. Oh, that question is funny. I would first start with a joke.
Hmm.
Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? My husband house. I saw that on I think Global Temi posted a picture, and that was the sound that she used. Well, joke apart, where do I see myself in next 5 years? 5 years is a lot.
Indeed it
The rate
is.
at which I'm going and the rate at which God is helping me, 5 years is a lot. See myself at the top of joy, as in sitting at the top in the policy making part and changing the world.
Not just Africa, the world.
No, no, no. Africa is small. For me, Africa is small. The goal is to meet till the end of the world. Yes, that
To
is
the
it.
ends of the
I
world.
can't remember that verse in the Bible, but it's to the end of the
I think
world.
that should be Acts.
I can't remember.
Uh,
But that's where I'm going.
how
North
about for
Africa.
GYGI?
For GYGI, in next 5 years,
Yeah.
I should have been able to reach at least should I say 500,000 girls? At least.
Wow.
That's the least. That's the goal I'm setting for myself. To do
500,000 girls.
yes, 500,000 girls in through different like projects that we run. Should have impacted them 500,000 girls, and also I'm seeing GYGI reaching the world. No, just because it's GYGI Africa, that doesn't mean we cannot collaborate with other continents.
Right. So GYGI Global is coming soon.
Yes, not just Africa.
Wow. So currently GYGI is at 1,300 impacted girls.
Yes,
500,000 is like a very huge number, but I mean 1,300 is like, let's say 1 or 2% of that amount.
yes.
And in 5 years you're going to hit that goal. That's
It's a
impressive.
crazy goal, but
I
I've done
mean,
more crazy stuff than that.
do is evidence day. Okay, that's amazing stuff. So
Thank you.
next question is, who has been your biggest inspiration for you in the University of Lagos
In the
and
University of
why?
Lagos, my biggest inspiration,
Yeah.
I would say, is John Akisheloin. And
Okay.
why? Okay. My volunteering journey, because normally I love the, everything that comes with volunteering, but I did not know where to start. But when I got opportunity to like volunteer with Crowdwise, and I got to know John Akisheloin, and he has been like my greatest support in this. Even though some people are like, and he's also my mentor. So like people are like, why is I remember somebody asked me, why is my mentor a male and I'm fighting for girls? And so I told my mentor, and he was like, oh, have you read the book We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda? And was like, that you should, when you read that book, you will know why you should all be feminists. Although it's a TEDx, like, and they translated it, like they transcribed it into a book.
Okay.
So the TEDx is on YouTube. So like that's my biggest, like, it inspires me a lot when I see it does like great stuff, and I'm like, wow, wow, wow. And that gives me a push to do more. That gives me a push to impact more people. And
Yeah. That's really profound because I feel like the people you associate yourself with, the people you surround yourself with, they have a very huge impact on your person as a whole. And so when you
yes,
have someone who is continuously and steadily doing big things, I feel like it rubs off on you, and you have no option than to just
choice.
start doing
Yes.
big things too. So that's really interesting. Um, Next question: what is something you wish you knew before you came into the university?
Oh, before I came into the university, one thing I wish I knew was that I should have learnt like a lot of skills before I entered university. University feels like a war, like a battlefield.
No
That
kidding.
and I came in with no sword. I came with no sword, no, no. There's no knife.
Hmm.
Not even a hockey stick.
Hmm.
So I just came in thinking, oh, it's just Unilag.
Hmm.
Remember my sister telling me that lag will lag your life. And I was like, go forbid, go forbid. But that's one thing I wish I knew. That I should have brought my weapons.
You know, what you just said now just made me think of something funny. What if the lag in Unilag stands for lagging?
Actually, because they really wasted our time in this school. But anyways,
At least you are making use of it by
yeah,
doing
yes, yes.
practical stuff. That's interesting. So, how would you say Unilag has changed you as a person? Or do you think Unilag did not have any impact on you at all?
Like to be honest, like has had like a lot of impact on me. Because before I came to this school, I used to believe that as a student, you should just focus on your academics, like academia, nothing aside from school should be like done. But when I came into this school and I saw a lot of people doing a lot of things, like amazing stuff, and they're still doing so well academically. Like imagine somebody you hear someone is a president of a department or his faculty is also the he also has like a brand, he has something, or she has can hear that, oh, she has like a hair brand, she has like an NGO, she has this and that, oh, she's a writer, oh, she's a graphic designer, or is this and that, and they're doing so well academically, like they're on first class. And like, that really inspired me, and I'm like, bro, you can become whatever you want to become in this school,
Mm.
and you know you're still doing well. I saw one post one day and somebody said, you know, that student are already living life after school in school.
Bro,
And I cannot argue, but it's really living life after school in school.
wow.
But not me though. This is not my life after school.
Wow, that's like very, very profound. You can become whoever you want to come in this school. So
Yeah.
that's to say that the school creates a kind of environment that's sort of like um, encourages people to be more than just academicians. Yeah,
Yes.
that's very interesting.
And I love that about the school.
Yeah, that's one thing I actually love about the school. What's your favorite spot on campus?
Sports on campus
Yeah.
has to be my hostel.
Ah,
And also the library. Wait, it's not
ah.
because of books. Wait, because I don't know. I don't know that type of reverse psychology, but I sleep better in the library than
Sleep
anywhere else.
in
Yes.
the library.
Yes. In my room, I'm always like awake. Like I'm always like alert. Like, oh, just feel like I don't know. My neurons, they feel like, oh, there's a danger in that room. I don't know.
Hmm.
But when I'm in the library, it just feels like, oh, I'm in heaven. And I sleep.
Is it the
The
boredom of it?
AC,
Okay, the AC.
yes, the AC, the fact that everywhere is quiet,
Quiet.
nobody's making noise.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
if I want to sleep well, just go to
That's
library.
like usually a disadvantage when exams are really close because that's when
That's
I
why I don't
want to
stay in the
like
library. If
that's when I want to like put in a lot of work and lock it. But then the AC, everything will just be making you want to
you
feel
want to,
sleepy.
if you cannot catch me really reading in the library. If you catch me in the library, just know that I came to sleep. If I tell you that I'm going to the library for 13 hours, trust me, I want to go there to sleep for 5 hours,
Hmm.
play for 2 hours, and read for 4 hours.
Interesting. Okay, so what's the personal philosophy you live by?
I would say I live by a lot actually, but the one that
Like a core
like a
philosophy.
core philosophy, I would say just do it.
Hmm.
You know that Nike,
Yeah.
just do it. Don't deep it. Like
Hmm.
a lot of us we think about stuff too much, and at the end of the day you don't end up doing it. I've been in that situation a lot of times that sometimes at the end of the day I don't end up doing it. But when you just do it, just okay, you want to do this thing. I don't like I'm not crazy in Jesus' name, but I've done crazy stuff. Like and I'll just be like, what's the worst that can happen? Did I you get a yes or you get a no?
I think you have to have a certain level of craziness to achieve certain things in life. To be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah.
like that spark, that ability to yari at something.
Yes. They said, what's that word? The violence, like
You want to
the
take it by
by
force.
force. Yes. Because this life, everything we want, to be honest, when you want to do something different, you should look as if your village people are following you. That's when everything is just going wrong. Like, I'm being serious. Everything seems like everything is going wrong in your life at the same time. Like, that's when somebody will release results and they're making mistake. that's when all of a sudden, but you have to just stand. And when you stand and you're like, oh, I'll do this regardless, regardless of the challenge, regardless of anything that comes my way, I'm still going to do this and I'll do it well. Let's do it well.
Reminds me of that quote in Pidgin that says, "I go do a man, it go work, and if you no work, I go run am again."
Yes. If it doesn't work, run it again. Don't just give up.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Final question.
Okay.
So, if you were to advise a younger version of yourself, say maybe when you were in year one or younger, what's something you would like to tell that version of you?
Well, to advise my younger self, depending on the age. Well, to advise my 16-year-old self, I would have just said she'll be fine.
Hmm. That's more
Actually,
like a consolation and an advice.
yes, you'll definitely be fine. And everything you overthought, like actually, you did not need to dip it.
Hmm.
But if I was to like advise my, should I say my 19-year-old self, I would have said that just do more and do
Hmm.
it.
Do more.
Do more. Like don't limit yourself. The limit is you, and it's going to work out well. Don't dip it. Like I said that since I found that just do it, and I've been running with that just do it. Life has been better.
I'm still trying to like process it. Like this is like powerful stuff. Yeah. Just as a bonus, if you were to advise other founders or upcoming founders of NGOs based on your experience so far, what would you tell them?
Hmm. What would I tell them? First, I would tell them that they should first volunteer with other like NGOs so that they can see how things run. That's number one. Number two advice is that those burdens they will not leave. It's not a curse. Those burdens they will not leave except you do it. Just do it. Like don't dip it. Just do it. And I would also like to. There's one thing I saw. No, like a friend of mine asked me a question that why is there like a few boy NGO, and I would have loved to address that. But I'm going to rant about that on my status tonight. I think people think boys don't have problem, and that actually that annoys me a lot. Every year when it's International Men's Day, men can cry. are you are you people man men that wants to cry? No. Or what is this? what's this what's this demon in Yoruba that they call Egbere, that cries a lot, that carries mats.
I'm terrible
You
at
guys are
Yoruba, so
not. Sorry, I need it. I know the one. So you guys don't need to cry that much. People should help yourself
mm.
and stop dragging feminists that are helping themselves. Stand up and help yourself too. No
so
shade, no shade, no shade actually.
so in other words, um, there should be founding of more NGOs tailored to the boy
Yeah,
child,
aside from the boy child, like every other part,
to me in general.
climate,
Okay.
gender inequality, every other part, like all the DGs, like 1 to 17, there should be more NGOs that focus on that. But that was just one thing that really bothered me while I was like coming to school this morning, and I was like, boys too have problems, and I would love to see
People speak up about
men
them.
speaking up, because there's some that boy in your class that acts that Peter that acts like Sandra.
Mm.
It's not his fault. He probably was abused, and if there's somebody that like that addresses that and tells Peter that acts like Sandra that there is more to life than whatever has happened to him in the past. I think that will make the world more better, and there'll be balance.
Thank you so much.
All right.
So, guys, we've come to the end of this session of this podcast. So, if you enjoyed this episode, kindly like this video, leave a comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find Teniade on Instagram and other social media platforms. I'm going to drop the link in the description. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you, Teniade, for coming to this
Welcome,
session.
Kid.
See you guys.